Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about how to gain confidence and quit trying so hard. Do you feel like you keep trying and you keep trying and you keep trying and nothing ever works? Stop trying to be perfect. If you keep trying and you don't really have a plan, well, it's time to get a plan. These menopausal bodies, they're not what they used to be. And we definitely are kind of needing to do some trial and error. And if what you're doing isn't working for you today, and you've been relatively consistent and have been really sticking to your plan, it might be time for another plan. Oh gosh, I know. Stop trying to be perfect. And remember, if you've heard me talk a little bit, you know that trying, it's a 4-letter word. Let's take Yoda. Yoda said, do or do not do. There is no try, right? Because when I hear you say, I'm trying, well, it tells me that you're not really doing. And doing is where the magic happens, right? Okay, it's windy out here. We're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about your intention. We're going to talk about your plan. We're going to talk about what you focus on and the consistency of a really well-versed and thought-out plan. That's important. This does not have to be perfection, guys. We are only needing about 51% of what works, right? And if you can get past that 50% mark and, get up to 51%, you're going to start getting momentum in the right direction. And that's a huge piece. Momentum is really, really important in the fat loss journey. Are you procrastinating? Are you thinking this is good enough? Who cares? That's something to be, considered. Because if you're thinking, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll just do it this one time, and that's happening, weekly or every other day, then you're not going to be successful. We are needing to heal our metabolism. In fact, I've thought a little bit about bringing back my 4-week master metabolism program. I've hesitated to do that just because, I don't know. Well, let me know if that's something that you're interested in, and we can revisit that. I want you to start getting confident about what you're doing. I want you to start feeling like it's easy to get on with your plan. I want your plan to be something that you can dive into day after day. It becomes a lifestyle. If you don't have a plan, then you're going to be really all over the place and second guessing yourself and giving up and living in a body that you don't want to live in. So let's be honest with ourselves. Having a plan, that's everything. So we're going to stop trying. We're going to start intentionally maybe making a list and moving forward with checking off the list and at least having that confidently on board. And what do I mean when what's on the list? The list should not be endless. The list for longevity, the list for fat loss, the list that you have in your head or down on paper or somewhere in your notes, that is something that, first of all, we're going to dial in the diet, okay? We've talked endlessly about diet. We need to drop your insulin, okay? We need to be eating foods that are not spiking glucose. We need the low glycemic foods, quality fats, lower inflammation by eating whole foods, no seed oils, no sugar, no processed foods with glyphosate and all those, toxic chemicals. That's going to help keep that insulin low, or at least if it's way up high And you can know this with a simple blood test, your fasting insulin. That would be something, if you're struggling with fat loss, fasting insulin is something I want to see, especially if we're going to work together. Next, we want to make sure that you're eating plenty of protein. I say that ad nauseum. You know that. This is basic, okay? Get your macronutrient ratios, find out how many grams of protein you should shoot for, aim for that. It doesn't have to happen every single day. Know how many carbohydrates that are, going to give you enough fuel, enough of what you're needing so you feel good, yet not too much so that your body is, bumping up that insulin and keeping that fat storing instead of using fat for fuel. Okay, we do that with lower insulin, and that can take some time. So we need to know what to eat. The next thing is, how much do we eat? And that kind of goes into your macros. When you have those macros dialed in, or at least you understand how much 80 grams of protein looks like, and you partition that out into 2 or 3 meals, okay, you've got that visual, you know what it is, all right? Then we need to dive into meal timing. How often are you supposed to be eating? Okay, it is definitely important, because when you are healing metabolically speaking, you need to give the body significant breaks in, so you're eating in feeding windows. How do you feel if you're intermittent fasting? Are you grumpy? Are you bonking? Do you have energy? Are you exhausted? That's going to definitely be a key factor, because that intermittent fast is going to allow your body to use up stored glucose, stored fat, and drop that insulin level so that your body can start being more metabolically flexible. Huge. So I'll encourage you to refocus, get clarity, find that mindset and whatever support that you need to be consistent. Plan ahead, dive into diet, rest, exercise, supplementation, stress reduction, and go for it. Time's a wasting. We are not getting younger. And I really want you to feel good in your body, okay? It's something that you deserve. You don't need to be perfect at this. You just need the momentum and the focus to get 51% most days. If your 51% starts to kind of crop up into 60% and 75% most days, you've got it right, okay? You're gonna see results. And that's gonna be very, very satisfying. Your body's gonna thank you. Your brain is gonna thank you. You deserve that, and you owe it to yourself to go the extra mile and commit to yourself so that you are not feeling defeated. Stop trying so hard, okay? That never works. If your plan's not working, find out why. All right, this was quick today, and I hope it's helpful. Comment down below what you think. Are you thinking maybe you want a 4-week metabolic mastery class or a session with me? Well, I'd love to hear. All right, I hope that helps. Come for the fat loss, stay for the longevity. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.